Dance costume is very important, especially traditional. Because traditional, we have so many culture, so many genre of traditional dance. The things that make people understand what we're trying to do is actually a costume. Whenever we do preview in Malaysia, we always get a good compliment about our costume. They are actually very looking forward to see our costume. So actually we have hoodie and then wing and then go. I actually really do my own first, sort of, but very ugly. Hi, my name is Faris Azim. I'm the director and founder of Zeppo Youngsterz. So Zeppo Youngsterz crew based in Malaysia, and we known as traditional fusion dance group. Zeppo Youngsterz have been joining Sebutuni for 3 times already, so the next one will be a 4th time. Zeppo Youngsterz, we started off with hip hop traditional, like when we started dancing, because half of Zeppo Youngsterz is traditional dancers, half of us is like hip-hop based and street dance based. In Malaysia, I can say traditional competition is actually quite big in Malaysia right now. And then so 1 minute 30 for traditional fusion piece is actually just a perfect timing for us to like show each culture that we want to perform. Dance costume is very important, especially traditional. Because traditional, we have so many culture, so many genre of traditional dance, and I feel like the things that make people understand and also like sort of get what we're trying to do is actually a costume. So from the costume, people actually can tell already what kind of traditional we're bringing. As a respect of the culture, of course we gotta follow each genre and also culture of the traditional costume that we need to follow. First thing that we do before we select our traditional dance piece, we study the background of the traditional, we study background of the story of the culture, and then we start doing our costume. Actually, whenever we do preview in Malaysia, we always get a good compliment about our costume, because they actually very looking forward to see our costume, because they know like since before we joined Super 24, so we actually always play with costume. For me, I really particular at costume, because the first goal you need to get is like eye catch from the judge and also audience, of course. When you get eye catch from the judge, you know that you are ready, you know. So costume really a big role. Because sometimes some people are doing great costume, sometimes never suit with a song. Sometimes people do great costume but never suit with the piece. So that's why this whole thing, costume thingy, is very important for you to like study and also check, and also need to do sample trial. At least you get the final look for your whole the whole piece lah. So in 2022, we brought a Silat fusion. Silat, the most important, need to have belt and also the bandana on the head. So the material that we choose actually songket, because I feel like songket is the most suitable for the Silat fusion. From there, we also try our best to make it like fusion, which is we do the bandana. It's actually we take like original bandana from like I can say it's like the basic bandana from street dancers, you know. That design, the kind of design, put it together with songket lah. Then it looks great when we pull it out. 223 Kuda Kepang, very simple costume to be honest, because our pants actually 3/4 pants, seluar senting, and also baju we pakai sleeveless, just to show the masculine punya part of the dancers punya look, and then the kuda with us, and the surprise kuda lah. It's supposed to be like design first, and then I thought of like doing it like make it reality, which is like I take out the kuda to make it like showing kuda lah. 2024, we use a pattern of Sumba pattern on our costume. We choose hornbill as our like main theme. So when we bring out the hoodie out and then the mask out, and then our face become like a bird lah. So that's where we showing the culture of the Sarawak. Actually, every year we think ahead first before the choreo comes. It's actually like example Silat, right? We actually know already that we want to pull, right? And then I need to think about the mechanic, how to roll it over, so at least we can pull it smoothly. And then the kuda, we need to check like how many velcro we need to stick to stay 1 minute for the whole time like that, because we cannot stick too tight, and so we cannot too loose, because most of our staff have a lot of skills that sometimes always want to take out. So there's a lot of mechanic we need to like try, because not just one time put Velcro and then we're done. We actually put Velcro and then we try to like think, oh, I think we need a few more Velcro here, at least where we push like solid and all that. And then during Borneo, we also try hoodie, like how much we need to pull, how much we need to like check the mask to like be just nice on our face. So at least this one tak jatuh, at least because sometimes the first trial when we take out, we cannot see anything really because everything cover our eyes. So yeah, so there's a lot of mechanic things you gotta do also when the costume done. So but before that, we try our best to get like a good example. So we try to show to the designer, which is sometimes my mom, sometimes Miss Gigi, right? So we just show them like how I wanna look like. I actually really do my own first, sort of, very ugly. Yeah. The first year, 2022, is just my mom all the way. Yeah, my mom do every single things, like the key, the shirt, pants, the belt. Most of the time is my mom make our costume. And then the next year, which is Kuda Kepang, that's when my mom requests to like have like a hand support to help my mom. So we have like Kak Shazlin from Malaysia. She also very famous in doing traditional costume, and then she made our kuda. And then my mom helped a bit more stuff on the shirt and the pants. And then 2024 we upgrade a bit because we have a little bit more budget. So we asked Miss Gigi, Kamil's wife, to help us to do most of the stuff, the technical stuff like hoodie, the mask. Yeah. So yeah, the last year is actually the one that we do so much what we called it sample. Yeah, so the one that you guys see on the stage is actually the third sample. We have like 2 samples that sampai in Malaysia and not our look that we want lah. And then we keep changing, yeah. Okay, only 1 year, which is our Borneo year, our 2024. We supposed to have wing too, like wing. Yeah. But we cross it over the thing, so at least when we tarik, it's just perfectly done. Okay, then the problem is to keep it back, and then we try our best to find how to keep it back, because if that thing take times, it will look very sloppy on the stage. Like you can see like, oh, the dancers are trying to keep the thing, instead like, yeah, we try to make it choreo. Yeah, it's not like we don't try, we try to keep it as a choreo, but still look like it's not like as good as we thought lah. And then we take out the costume, we take out the wing, just focus on the hoodie. Yeah. So actually we have hoodie and then wing, and then go. Oh, yeah. I think these 2 teams, Under the Bridge, UTB, and GO. Yeah, I think because they do traditional, so I feel like every traditional piece are always nice. I mean, like their costume always like look grand a bit, you know. If you say like street dance side, I would say Stony Brothers lah. I think the clown year, because they do 2-piece, right? Both of the pieces are nice. Yeah, even the prelims, the green color, that one look very solid. Yeah, even though it's simple, but it's suit with the piece. So advice to people that want to start doing costume, try and make it like structure a bit. You choose your song, you know your concept, you know your theme, then start doing your costume. Which like before you start doing your piece, if you know what you're doing, I feel like it's easier for you to execute all your works doing your costume and also your pieces. Try to make your imagination become reality, that's it. Because some people, they're very insecure right now, like they think that their imagination might look like not nice and stuff, like childish. But I feel like this imagination, other people cannot see. So you are the one need to like portray it to make people see. Yeah, that's my whole view lah. This is what I always tell my friend Zeppo also. Costume is actually a big role of your dance piece. So I hope you guys really think about it first before you start your piece. Yeah.